Shall I start? Maybe today, preferably today. Okay, so hi, plenty of familiar faces here, so I don't need to introduce you myself. So, but anyways, I'm Antti Piironen. If you didn't remember anymore, it has been for a while. So I'm taking care of the multi-form students, the rest of them. Congratulations, you are the last ones probably for a while. But anyway, so welcome. This is the innovation project. And for the multi-form students, actually, this is offered as a non-stop version, meaning that we will have not too many evenings together. I think you are quite pleased, so you don't have to stay here. And in any case, you don't have to be present if there are some sessions going on, since this is also available in YouTube, in my channel. Feel free to subscribe my channel. Soon I will be hit the 10 subscribers a mark. Okay, but anyways, you can watch it without subscription, of course. But that's my excuse. Okay, but anyways, let's see what this course is all about. So on OMA, I don't have much. I use it only for two reasons. One is because I have to, and another one, that's also the easiest way of sending messages to the students who are enrolled to the course. So if you haven't enrolled to the course yet, please send me email and I will do it today. But otherwise, since you are here, you probably got my message, so you are enrolled. Okay, and then another one is there is a link to the course webpage. So no assignments on OMA workspace, nothing, absolutely nothing more than communication and the link to the course webpage. Why I'm doing it like this? Actually, I also have some, in some of these courses, I also have some students abroad who do not have Metropoly account. And this gives actually a nice way of managing the students also who are doing it, in some other place for some reason, found my course from the internet and insists to take it. Okay, so basically, so if you have friends in some other places, yeah, sure, they can actually take this course if they feel it's useful in some way. But anyways, so enrollment, this is instructions are for our degree students. I actually could add there also the say to other people who are interested. But anyways, so current enrollment code is the implementation number 3255. Okay, let's see, should I actually make it a little bit bigger? Yeah. So, but if you have previous enrollments, this is non-stop, meaning that yes, every year there will be a new implementation, but if you are on the old implementation, you can continue also for the next academic year. So in case you do not finish your innovation project this year, I don't care when you finish, as long as you finish it sometime. I will then actually have the, that's another reason, oh, that's one of the big reasons why I have everything managed on this, my own web page based on Google sites, and Google, all kind of Google stuff there. Whoa, video extra, what is extra? What the L is missing? Sorry about this misspelling. But anyway, I will actually have ad hoc, more or less ad hoc, these instructional lectures. I try to keep these ones in each with the study period, on the beginning of study period. Not on the first week, since that's usually the week that everyone is busy, busy, busy. So it's usually on the second or third study week on each period. Last year didn't do it quite that way, but anyways, I had a couple of sessions. The content is always the same. First, I say the practicalities of this course, and then we'll have some open discussions. And then also you can also give me some requests what kind of special topics you might actually use. Last time there were several people who wanted to hear something about rapid prototyping, meaning 3D modeling of plastic parts. Yeah. For my hobbies, I'm actually also doing all kind of do-it-yourself stuff. So basically, I can actually give a short introduction to that one, or you can take a video. I guarantee you can find better videos from internet anyways, but instructional videos, how to make your first 3D model. But that's well, I was paid for to do that, so why not to share it? Yeah, it's crappy. But anyways, it's mine. Yeah, so introduction. So basically, let's go and first take a look at the introduction to the course itself. So what is this innovation project all about? So this is directly from the syllabus. So this is the general description what an innovation project actually should look like. So basically, that's it. 10 credits course. Yoo-hoo. Lots of points in here, meaning 260 hours of your work. Okay, it's something you should actually take quite seriously, since it's a big job. Okay, and on completion of the course, so what is the learning outcome? What you should be expecting to learn from this course? Develop practical, creative, and innovative solutions, practices, and services. I would say not and, I would say or. Solution practices or services with multidisciplinary partners to meet the diverse needs of Helsinki metropolitan area. Okay, yeah, that's a big target. I take some liberties of somehow smooth these requirements, since if you take this literally, okay, yeah. So, but anyways, this basically gives a framework where you can actually work on your projects. And what is the next one? The student participates in project or network-based work. Okay, excellent. That's easy to fulfill. So, which ones are actually working in real life? You know, just going on daytime or evening jobs, or yeah, about half of you. You are doing some projects in work. Ha. So basically, nothing new there. And the rest of you, you have done projects. Okay, this is a good part actually to think of a project that you have been thinking for the last 3 years, but have had never actually any time or interest to put any efforts on that one. So if you have a business idea of some service or product or whatever, which has some use, this is actually giving you a good excuse to try it. And for those who are working, yeah, so you will be probably participating in a project or network-based work, and you are applying your skills there. easy to fulfill. And okay, then they're in regional, national, or international development work. What is missing? Intergalactic. Okay, interstellar development work. Um, use his or her personal skills and abilities to work and collaborate in multidisciplinary teams, meaning team working skills, soft skills. Okay, yeah. You know that, project work is not, walk in a park. It takes also some of these, say, negotiation skills and other, say, team communication skills. Uh, Create a culture of cooperation, negotiation with the team members and other actors. Yes, okay, so more soft skills. Use his or her skills in problem solving, collaboration, and communication. Okay, yeah, so it means something must be done before the work is done. Right. So, so basically, this is a big project, simply said, and also something that you shouldn't do only by yourself. There must be a team, which can also be, well, if you have a project idea and you insist to do it yourself, that's fine. That's a kind of flexibility there is. It's a little bit stretching the idea of innovation project, but anyways, but you must have a team, basically, for example, from the customers or potential customers or something else, a stakeholder team or steering kind of group that works with you, time by time. So biggest reason this kind of do-it-yourself stuff fails is that you're doing it yourself without anyone's help. It either grows too big that you cannot handle it anymore, or then you just put it on side, since you don't have anyone to breathe on your neck. Watch over it, asking you. I needed that thing last week. How is it going? Is it coming today? That kind of person. A customer is a good one, especially if there's some money involvement on the customer side. Pays only if it works. Okay, content. Okay, contents, project and innovation work. Yes, brainstorming, planning, implementation, assessing, communicating, publishing, product development, and marketing. Okay, so normal things what you need to think about when you're doing a project. Cooperative skills. Okay, that innovative work methods. There's plenty of books on those. Read those. There have been plenty of books written on the innovation the process. Yeah, those are quite amusing actually. Making theory of something that either comes or not. Sure. Okay, for me the innovation, or actually one definition of the innovation is to have an idea and make it to product, something that can be used. Idea is just an idea, but then how do you make an implementation, a service, product, or something tangible that makes it a something that somebody needs? That's an innovation process for me. Areas of communal development skills, yes, so you need also these soft skills, so to speak. Good. Prerequisites is empty because this is for everyone on Metropolia, should be able to do it. Assessment, okay, not of the end product, but on the work carried out during the course. My emphasis is on the process. How do you actually manage your project work? Innovative, yeah, that's good plus. And it actually will be there. Yeah, believe me. That's the easy part, but the how to make it so that it starts today, it has a timeline, it has a budget, you can actually do the presentations kind of a modern kind of way, so you will be required to do some videos. Anyone here who hasn't done any YouTube videos yet? Good, you will be learning that. If you really don't want to make YouTube videos, you need to have a video somewhere that you can provide a link to the video. I don't take actually a, I'm not a true believer of Google or anything like that. I don't have any contracts with Google. So if you find another platform to publish your stuff, yeah, sure, why not? But for me, the Google just provides all the stuff what I need. Okay. Um, yeah. Meeting the course goals, actually meeting the goals you have put to yourself. Okay. Good. Assessment. I'm not going to through this since I have my own assessment system, which is based on collecting points. Remember the first project, the introductory project. I have similar kind of table there. I actually may have a couple of same as the assignments. Good. So, yeah, that's the description. The okay. As I said, the instructional lectures, these are actually links, and if you click one, it should open, yes, the YouTube or
Start again.
so,
So my name is Antti Piironen, and this is the
oh, this is so schizophrenic. Videoing myself, watching myself from the YouTube. Ha, great. Yeah, and the channel actually should open here. Let's see, does it actually have? Yeah, and the channel actually should open here with some latency, but it was quite nice actually. Only 3 or 4 seconds. So yes, I try to broadcast also this and do the records. All right, so scoreboard. Yes, the same stuff as in the introductory project, but now I have a little bit developed that one further. Is updated regularly, and let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. Yep, looks say quite similar to what I had before. It's open again. I have these names. Uh, I might actually go and try to kind of make these. If someone has a real issue of having the full name here, just send me email and I'll start using just a not nickname but first name and maybe first letter from the family name. But otherwise, I believe in open environments, and there's lots of energy gone on these say negotiations of say for example that what is that the privacy product the privacy is a good thing, but I think on some regulations they are going a little bit too far. I don't know, but if you have an issue with that one, I can remove those names. No problem. No problem to me. But otherwise, it's an open world, and so basically this is the scoreboard. Looks like that one, and well, when you have scored enough of points, I'll actually put there a grade. Yeah. Eventually, there will be a grade. And the points actually, couple of students have already earned enough of points to get grade 1. 40% is the mark for grade 1, and then 60% is 2, 70% is 3, 80% is 4, 90% is 5. Very simple to get at least 4 by just making all of those exercises. Okay, just follow the instructions. To get a 3, you basically need 2 things. Not that great. Reports and missing parts. 2 meaning more missing parts, and then kind of done a very technical writing on the report, so it doesn't and didn't follow even the instructions there. I have given a couple of times also grade 1, just to let the person to graduate. But still, had more than 40% of points, but was in a hurry. Yeah, understandable. Okay, actually, let's go back to the scoreboard. So it also shows the implementation number there. So I have now the current implementation is number 3255, and there are 2 other implementation students also showing up on the same list. So yeah, so that's my way of keeping track on the students. Are you? Okay. Yeah. And if your name is not here, don't worry. It will be there immediately when you start returning your assignments. Assignments. Ha. Okay. Video presentation is the first one. Maximum 5 minutes. Final version. It has to be the first version, meaning that you have an idea and you have some sort of the idea also about how long it will take, who is the stakeholder there, who will be using it, which use it for, that kind of stuff. If it's doable in that time. Try to convince not me but the other students that it's doable and worth of doing. I have also the video repository of all of those. Well, I'll be hiding those so that they more or less fit into this one here. Let's see, let's take one example here, what I'm looking for. All right. So
hello, my name is Lars Georg Schneider, and in this video I'm going to introduce my innovation project. First of all, the problem. Imagine you have your favorite soldering station, and especially the handpiece is very handy.
Yeah.
But one day your station breaks irreparably down. What do you do now?
Can be like that.
Do you go looking for a new station for your
taped by a video recorder? Oh, wait a minute, what happened on my, not video recorder, it was probably taken by a, wait a minute, what happened? Ah. Strange things happen in my monitoring window, but anyways, or it can be also, let's see, for example, that one. I think that has, yeah. So a presentation which has also the slides and stuff.
Hello guys, my name is Olli Kortelainen. I'm a student at Metropolitan University of Applied Sciences at...
That kind of thing. There's plenty of examples. One basically, let's see which one would have a, I think this one had some comments. One requirement, let me pause that one. Yes, one requirement is that it's commandable. So people can make comments on that one, and that used to be one of the assessment points. This time I try to not put that as extra points there or separate points. It takes a lot of my work to find all the who has been commenting and which one. So basically, I just encourage you to give comments to the others. So this is kind of modern kind of way you share ideas and then you have some feedback. We don't have that many sessions here. In daytime, I know some of these innovation projects go such that there will be, say, monthly presentations on the status, what is the how the project is going. It's kind of a project management meeting, but I think we all have also say more critical to do on evenings, or more on higher priority things. So I don't see that much of gain of having meetings to do the presentations. But of course, yeah, I'm open for suggestions. So if you feel like we should have some sort of say common meetings for people so that they can present ideas, sure, no problem, I can arrange. But meanwhile, this is kind of a modern way of practicing giving and taking comments from each others and learning from them. That's the networking kind of thing. Yeah, innovation project. Good. So results 1, video presentation, 5 minutes, introduction to your idea, or you want to innovate. And then basically, I would say do these 5 exercises on the beginning part of your project, since actually it helps on organizing your work. So first these, then few months of work, or well, few weeks at least work, and then do the reporting and that kind of stuff. So the next exercise is actually the timetable. So, wow, this is also group assignment. There is a table on that link which shows the timelines of each of the projects. And believe or not, some actually had been following the timeline that they designed to themselves. So make a good plan, it helps you. This is again an open anyone to edit kind of table. I will take say irregular backup copies just in case someone is on the middle of the night or middle of the morning, 5 a.m. still working and destroys everything. I have some backup copy. It might be old, but anyways. So make the timetable to yourself. If you are working in a group, preferably in a group, design a good timetable and stick into that one. Okay, that's my advice. Unless, of course, it's a public project, these public construction projects. They usually is, double the time and then triple the budget. Okay. Yeah, that's not the way to do it. But anyways, so make a timetable to yourself. It would be fun actually to go back when you're doing the report and check what was your plan on the beginning and what came out. Budget. Okay, this is something that say people has had the most trouble with. How many of you have done a real budget for a project in a work? Okay, do it that way. That's the correct way. The others, have you done the, what is that, industrial management, the fundamentals of industrial management? At least they used to have that, the budgeting kind of issues also there. But you have to start it sometime. It's good to actually start on a course, since otherwise when you are on your first real engineering job, and after a couple of years being a specialist, you'll be given your first project. Guess what you will be doing the first job, first real job, and starting to, get cold sweat on your forehead. So still remember the feeling of making your first project budget. Okay, but there's no science on it, and actually there are plenty of examples of budgeting on the internet. Yes, you can Google and take a look and make a realistic budget. And you should take into account at least the following costs. So this will be actually expenditure budget. In real life, you should also be able to calculate the potential income to the project. University of Applied Sciences. And we do the budgeting that way. So software licenses, for example, new hardware. If there is a hardware you will be buying only for this project. If there is a hardware that was already bought, but not totally allocated, then you would actually take a share of that hardware also to this budget. Okay, what kind of external services you would need? Labor. Okay, I have a mistake here. I just found out that we have a, in addition to the employment negotiations, we also have inflation on these hours. I just found out that it's 26 hours of work is one ECTS. So this basically you should somehow calculate there the labor of your work, 260 hours. How does that one actually show up? You'll be actually if you use any, say, okay, calculate also the employment payments required by Finnish law, that kind of thing. So you must pay based on the minimum wage or the basic, what are these contracts between the workers' union and the employers' union. Or if you are thinking you will be getting very, very rich, you can pay yourself as much as salary as you want, or take the, well, that's not necessarily a smart thing, but a realistic numbers there, and also these required employer payments, social security, and the what is that? The other one? It's the työttömyysturvamaksu. Yeah.
It's like the employer employee contributions.
Yes. Yes, and in reality, the project pays all of those. If the project also have some income market as also in the budget, but well, okay, yeah, in real life you might. In this, say, kind of first innovation project, which is based on your own idea, well, I would guess that you don't have any income coming to that project, unless you got lucky and you have a really good Saudi Arabian friend, oil billionaire who wants to support your project. Yeah, Metropolia will also take contributions then, but yeah, yeah, and yes, that kind of thing. And if you have any other cost or income, yeah, make a realistic budget. It does not need to be a perfect one. I'm not expecting if this is your first budget, But it has to be more than 2 or 3 lines which say this and this many hours. I have no idea how much it would cost. Some sort of idea how much is the project. Making a project costs. It helps you in the future. When you're asking your boss if you can do you have a good idea in the work and workplace, and your boss needs to allocate your time to do for you to do the project, and your boss has a budget that must be kept. So yeah, think about that kind of situation, or maybe you will be the boss. Okay, group meetings. You will have group meetings, even if you work alone. I told you about the stakeholders group, your customer group meetings. I don't care which group meeting. If you have a meeting, make your own memo. Don't basically rely on the fact that there will be someone writing or typing. He actually might be, the guy or girls could be writing a text message to you. Then use the learnings what you have got from the communication classes, language and communication. 3 things for a successful meeting, and also this is basically all of these. This is and. Agenda. Okay. Have you been in a meeting which didn't have any agenda? You know how does it go? You're just chatting about, oh, what's the summer? Yeah, then summer. Oh, I have some sort of, I have a issue with the project, and then nobody has any more time. So if you have an invitation to a meeting with no agenda, do not attend. Or actually just reply, what is the agenda? Agenda. Preparation to the meeting. Yes, prepare to that one. If there was some the material before that one, collect the material, summarize, prepare to summarize to the others. Don't show up that you didn't come unprepared. Okay, well, yeah, that's the hard part. I know. I have some couple of embarrassing moments myself on my career of going into meeting. I didn't have time to, actually to read the materials and that kind of stuff. Or, oh, if I could talk to about those. Timing. Okay, meeting has an agenda, and if it has more than 5 topics on it, it's really crucial to actually have certain time allocated to each of those topics. In real world, I think nowadays the meetings are maximum 1 hour. There can be actually up to 10 meetings in a day, but they are, short. When I was working 20 years ago, in real work, I'm still kind of working. They're paying me, so I'm working. So 20 years ago, the meetings allocated were usually 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, and we had a coffee break. And that was just the project group meeting. Yeah, but no, not anymore. Meetings are fast. 1 hour, half an hour, 15 minutes. So whenever you have a meeting, you must have a reason, and you don't go anymore on the meetings that, okay, let's meet, just in case. Yeah, so agenda, preparation, and timing. Those 3 things. Okay. So yes, so basically what I'm asking the meeting agenda material used to, okay, summary, meeting memorandum, so meeting memo, make your own memo. By the way, all of these assignments, there is also somewhere a link where to return your stuff. Just read the instructions, it all will be clear. Have you heard about the engineering workbook or logbook? Introductory project. Okay, still the same. I just had a case. One student just recently uh, returned all the other parts except the engineering logbook on this one, and it was just 1 point short from the better grade, and the excuse was that he was not anymore keeping the engineering logbook. Maybe found out a way to remember everything. Yeah, I still strongly recommend that you have a really paper A5 size the notebook where you scribble everything for yourself. So again, yeah. So engineering logbook, if you are not using it yet or didn't even start it or did it only once, this is again a reminder that keep track on what you are doing. It helps you in, say, 1 or 2 months after that project you have something similar, and then you need to, I worked on that one. Where? Let's me try to find if I have any files. No, you don't have any files. Of course you don't have any files anymore. Your GitHub is full. Or your GitHub has 258 different projects. And one of them had a small part you just remembered. I guess that if you had the notebook, you could then remember, oh, it was that project where you needed it. And then you can have a kind of slight chance to find the part what you are looking for. Okay, so whenever you have something important to document to yourself, do it there. And I'm asking few pages of 5 pages of your engineering logbook. Good. Yeah, so basically those first 5 assignments do it, say, when you ever have time to really focus on your innovation project. Report. Report will follow the thesis the template. So this is good place to start practicing writing a thesis kind of document, which has its own kind of regulations or instructions or directives, whatever. But since it's quite big part of your the academic career, it also has quite a lot of weight on it. So how to make sure that it's not the report document itself which brings this grade down. The employers usually looking for the overall grade if they are looking for grade. Sometimes not. But when you look applying your first place, they usually look at your overall grade, the GPA. Yeah, okay, that has a weight of 15 credits there on the thesis. Okay, that's one good reason to practice making the document. Okay, and then the second thing that the employer will look is the title of your thesis. Does it fit into their needs? And the what the grade was. 4 and 5 are yes, 2 thumbs up. 3 is let's talk a little bit more. And then 1 or 2 they are, we will call you. Or our what is that the human resources will call you. Not a good sign. Okay, so this is basically the place where you are starting to follow this thesis template. Find the thesis template from the workspace somewhere on OMA. For example, IT and media engineering workspace, the general one. Yeah, it's there. It is there. You should be a member of it. And actually, it's also you can find those on from OMA to students, and then there's the thesis innovation, the thesis templates. After clicking 8 times. All right. And then basically the first part is to making the introduction part. Okay, so basically some background, what you are doing, and then this is the first version of introduction, and it should help you to organize your work. Since in there you would tell in which order you are doing whatever you are doing. Okay, and then also the table of contents, which is also kind of nice way of organizing your work, your ideas, your thoughts. This one does not need to follow the traditional the thesis where you have the introduction, then you have the theory, and then you have the methods, then you have the results, discussion, and then the conclusions and references. Okay, it doesn't have to, but it's a good place to start. So usually you are looking first for introduction, looking for the say general information on the topic. Then on the methods, okay, you are looking for tools how to do things. Okay, and then what you did, the results of it. Okay, good. So yeah, so the first page of introduction and table of contents on the thesis template, so it will be easy to then continue and write their end report. All right, and okay, if you wish to have some feedback on how did you do on your first try, use Google Docs or Google Sheets. Google Sheet. Oh, just Google Docs. Sorry about that. Yeah, Google Docs. Make it a Google Docs document, and that I can then comment. Then I give you some advice. I usually write there something. At least if it was good or bad. Bad, do it over. Yeah, so that was the table of contents and introduction, which is part of the report. Okay. When I'm the instructor for the thesis work, I usually ask the table of contents and introduction on the beginning of when you have done actually some of that project work already, but it's still going on. So basically do this one, say after a couple of weeks you have been already working on the project. It's good to have some feedback then about the idea. Are you on the right track? All right. Then the report. Final report and Turnitin. You know the Turnitin system, probably. Okay, so it's the in Metropolia it started. We started using that one against the plagiarism. which has been also in the Finnish news lately about this, the true Finn who actually just took 2/3 of her the pro-gradu master's thesis directed from others. Oh, great. Okay, I'm not making a political comment here, but all right. Yeah, I don't see any excuse for that one. But anyways, I'm not checking anything on that. The Turnitin system. Basically, you will be doing the checking, since that's the way you will be doing also for your thesis. And there are actually the courses you can enroll to the Turnitin, and the name of the course is Metropolitan Innovation Project Originally Czech, and this is 3255, that's the implementation number. You need the course ID and the course password. Yeah, course password to enroll to the Turnitin system, and then you can upload your document for the check. I personally, when I do some of these publications, I always put it also on my Turnitin and check what similarities it finds. That's a perfect way of finding original references. If you have written, say, even say 5 to 10 passwords or these keywords on a paragraph, then you can start finding less than 1% the similarities to similar topics, and those are usually the originals on that topic. Okay, so if you have trouble finding a reference, because basically these say wiki documents are not good references, or say 90% of the internet resources are bad references. There are 10% which some of them are good and some of them are okay. But basically what you should be finding as your thesis reference are original original writings, white papers, yellow papers, something that has been really published, peer-reviewed publications. That kind of good documents. It's actually quite easy to find when you start working on tools like Turnitin. And of course, with the keyword, you can look for references from the e-libraries and that kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, more instructions there. So, good article. If you have less than 10% origin, similarity, then you might have invented new words. Okay, so this is not a contest who invents more words of your own, but who can actually use the information available. So 10 to 25% of similarities still green light. And actually even more on the field of sociology. I have seen actually my sister in Canada made this thick thesis, PhD thesis on sociology, which has about 3/4 of it. It was the list of references. The bibliographical index was way thicker than the thesis itself, because on sociology, it's not exact science. You must have a lot of research what others have done. What are the kind of common kind of feelings and that kind of stuff. I didn't understand it totally. So it has stuff on it, and it's science. Yeah. Good. But anyways, so Okay, and that's also one place to get the feedback on a document which looks like a thesis. On Turnitin, the teacher can actually also make markings on the returns and give feedback. I'm actually taking a look at these all of these documents and thinking what kind of thesis it would make. Okay, this is a little bit subjective kind of. I think it will be 3 or I think it will be 5, but anyways, the potential of what would be the end grade after doing some work on it. So I'm not expecting a thesis. That's your thesis will be about thesis. This is about practicing it. So some comments I usually make is about the about the references. If you have only the unreliable sources, then I will remind you about it. Pictures, if it's unreadable, if you print it on paper, then it's too small text. The text is usually too small. About writing, most common thing actually comes, actually two most common things. They are actually coming with the engineering discipline. One is making the lists. It's okay to have occasional list, but if your thesis is just list after list after the list, it's supposed to be text that you are reading. It should be text that it's easy to read. How easy it is to read a list after list after list. This is not a encyclopedia of British Railways timetables. This is should be a text that another engineer can read and understand it with a single read. Okay. Another also which comes with the field is the offense, meaning you must have at least 2 sentences to make a paragraph. You must have at least 2 paragraphs to make a chapter. You must have at least 2 chapters to make a book. You must have at least 2 words to make a sentence. So no, it's not a sentence, but no way, that's a sentence. Yeah, but anyway, so avoid offense. Avoid offense. 90% of you will give me a document which has orphans, and I will be giving comments. No orphans. Okay. No. Good. The last one.
Antti, sorry.
Yes.
I have to leave and I have a question.
Yes, you have a question. Good.
The project that we will provide here, does it belong to us or to the school?
You. We don't have nothing to do with it. So basically, it's this is open kind of environment to do whatever you please, and then based on the Finnish law, the IPR is always the inventors. Unless you are paid to do it, then you basically have made the deal with your employer. But anyway, otherwise it's your IPR. But remember also, this is an open environment, meaning that anyone can have a similar idea. But on the other hand, the innovation is not about the idea. It's how to make your idea and say, well, this is hard. This is really strong word, profitable. Make it word of something. Okay, last part. 10 minutes max. Final video showing what was the end result. What came out of it. It could be also an explanation why your project did not quite succeed. This time you have a really good opportunity also to try something that may go so wrong that you are embarrassed to talk about it. You still have to do the video though. but it does not necessarily, well, it does not actually affect on the grade. Grade is based on, did you do a good video presentation? This is a decent video presentation that describes your problem, idea to solve it, and methods you are going to use, and yada yada. Are you able to make a timetable? It's not about how accurate or what is the context of the timetable, or even if you could follow your timetable. Can you do your first budget? More than 3 lines of it. Making some sort of cost structure of what you are doing. To have an idea, is it, feasible? Can you get any funding from somebody else here? Stuff. Group meetings. Yes, you have to have group meetings in real life. With the stakeholders at least, or with a project group. Engineering logbook you should be keeping anyway. So, yeah. Report. Are you able to kind of make the table of contents level and introduce what you are doing? So this is your basically elevator talk right there. So people ask you on elevator, well, so what you are doing? Then you basically give you the introduction part of your thesis. Yeah, maybe. No, maybe if you're in your Trump Tower, there's 10 minutes. Yeah. Okay, originally check this. Actually, it's just you do it, and then the report I will be assessing on my own view. Is it going to be a what grade final year project? If you take this one seriously, then it's quite easy to get at least 3 on this one. Okay, and I will give you feedback what to improve. So even if you didn't score really high points on this one, you will get a really valuable feedback for your thesis. You know what to avoid. You know what to focus. Okay, and then of course the final video presentation, meaning, yeah, just a technical. You need to be able to talk what was the final outcome of your project. Yes, you have a question.
Can you combine this with your thesis?
You can continue from here. Yes. Not directly the same. Yeah, the same topic. Yes, same topic. You can actually, well, since this report is not the thesis, it's not going to be that, 50, 60 pages long. This is just to write all the cover somewhat all the topics. It doesn't go into that fine detail. It's more, generic or broader view, still missing maybe some information there, of course it does. And stuff like that. It's a good practice. Okay, and well, all of those, more or less everything here is, technical stuff. It's more about the process itself, not the end result. Except maybe this report itself, where the assessment is based on my view, what it would end up. My expertise is basically based on that I have been the supervisor for more than 100 bachelor's theses in this institute already. So I have a feeling. But of course, if you are not happy with the points, you can always say, I want more. And they say, no, there's something wrong with your thesis, on your bracket. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, there is a room also for making mistakes. As I said, this is a learning experience. And on the process, you should be able to more or less fulfill somewhat, let's see, somewhat, where was that one? Somewhat these requirements, learning outcomes on the way. All right. Now let's talk a little bit more about the topics. So those were the assignments. I have some topics. Preferably the topic should be from your employer, from your future employer, or somewhere, say, outside of the from your own, apartment walls, from a real world. Of course, if you are a full-time student, don't have a IT job yet. Okay. If you don't have IT job, but have some other job, that's actually also a good place to ask your current employer if they have some ideas that you could actually use some ICT to solve a problem. Excellent. That might be actually your, current employer, maybe your future professional employer on the same field. A lot of companies, well, I don't know many companies which don't have any ICT. In construction business, there are some, old timers who are still working by contract based, and they are just they are specialists, for example, putting tiles on drywalls, all that kind of stuff. That doesn't need much of ICT, but say when you are going to, even on the construction business, if you are going to a company which is 10 or more and growing, then there's lots of logistics and other ICT stuff there already. And of course, more and more, if you are not in internet and running a business, soon you will be out of business. So it's more or less must to be on somewhere on internet, since people are Googling a lot of stuff. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so ask you, employer first, then potential employer. Then actually, if you have your own idea that might actually be a, say, a entrepreneurial idea, meaning that you think you have an idea that you would like to try to make a product out of it and see if somebody is buying it. This is a good place actually to also earn some, at least you will get that 10 credits. Even it doesn't sell, it's you still, you're not doing it for nothing. Yeah, that might be the best offer you ever get. In the most of cases, yes. But sometimes you hit a jackpot. All right. The next step would be actually to check your surroundings, say friends or hobbies. Find a topic which is related to your hobby or some, on your free time activities. Okay, and then there's lots of space, and then you can actually take a look at some of these topics here, since these are my topics. I made them up, and for my own perspective, my own kind of interest. Okay, let's see, there's supposed to be a link here. Supposed to be a link, but it's not here. But okay, I have some project topics. So this is a kind of old system. It's mail delivery game. Let's take a closer look at the description. So basically, on the basement near the lab 0043, there is a yellow bicycle and a frame that you can actually pedal it on standalone bike there. It's like an exercising bike, except there's real steering. And it's actually mail delivering bike used in 90s by Finnish postal services. And there was a game I would like someone to take an overhaul of that sensoring system and make it to work on, say, uh, some other platform, for example, Raspberry Pi or something like that. So connect that system, put the sensors there, plug it into Raspberry Pi, and maybe write a simple code to show that it works. It doesn't need to be the final game. That will be another innovation project. Or have two students. One is working on the game project, and another one is working on this bike hardware part. Okay. Other one. Oh, okay. Raspberry. We all love Raspberry Pis. Okay, Raspberry. I like really would like Blueberry Pi better, but Raspberry. It doesn't have ADC. It doesn't have A to D converters. So at least on the sense I need, I would use. I think it has an audio codec on it, but it's not the same thing. So well, this one would require some interest on electronics and basically then some interest on how the Raspberry actually works on on the electronic level. Find the components and see that it works. Make a design, see that it works. I would guess there are also reference designs already on the internet, but it doesn't hurt. You can always invent the same wheel over and over again. Image processing. Did anyone take this year or last year the image processing given by Hiroyuki Aoki in our ICT summer school? No? Okay. Not for you then. Indoor environment supervision. Okay, that's a project which was done with the Osnabrück University of Applied Sciences, but we don't have the hardware. Okay, another one, robot movement detection would be a kind of gadget that Kimmo Sauren actually would need on some of the student projects. Then memory-friendly community was a project a year ago with the Lapin Järvi, not Lapin Lahti, but Lapin Järvi community, which is between Porvoo and Kouvola, small place. Really nice place, and they have a project which is supposed to improve the life of people with memory problems. You know, people are aging. I'm not, but the other ones are. Yeah, this is quite recent. We have just really fresh description what a health monitoring subsystem should look like, and that would be again something that plugs into either Raspberry or a Arduino platform, like kind of a do-it-yourself hobbyist level hardware. There are already these OEM products on that area starting from $500. That's kind of pricey for a set of amplifiers, an A to D converter which is connected to some sort of microprocessor platform. We think that it should be 10 times cheaper. So design, find the parts that could be used well, this is again, we don't actually want anyone here to make the electronics, since we have the electronics degree program for that one, but someone to find the parts and find the, make kind of a feasibility study, find the different options, how to actually do it for $50. I think it's doable, and it's actually a good project. But as you can see, this is more like software, hardware, my stuff. So if you don't have anything else on any other idea, then you can take a look at that one. Unless, of course, you really, really want to go that one. I just have to warn you, this takes quite a lot of time usually to make those, but those are on my personal interest. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does it have to be something with hardware or electronics, or can
No.
it be virtual?
Yes, it can be. Lots of stuff now is going on the cloud, AR. Stuff. So, yeah. Hey, wait a minute. There are some students on the it goes on Tuesday nights. This AI on the browser, distributed AI in browser environment. Yeah, it could be something related to that one. Yeah, could be. That sounds actually quite interesting topic. Find find a problem to solve with that. Maybe. Okay. All right. More questions?
Can we send you some draft? Just you scan it and then before to send the final one.
Yeah. Yes, you can actually have an idea of a topic and then just check it from me. Yes. Yes.
Because I have this case that was.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. Nothing is final until it's done. So actually on the table of merits here on scoreboard, let's see, are there any? Oh, okay, not anymore. Last year actually there were two different topics which started with one idea, and then at the middle they know, oh, this doesn't go anywhere, and they changed the topic at the middle. Yep, that's fine. I'm flexible. I stretch a lot. Okay. So, did you get a clearer idea what is expected from you? Yes, you have a question.
Those assignments have a deadline or?
Yes, before you want to graduate, since this is a compulsory course. So, yeah, this is non-stop. This is a really non-stop course. So basically, deadline is, you set the deadline. As long as I'm employed here, so you never know, we just had one
The
employment
problem
negotiation.
that we are solving that has to be in the context of Helsinki or
It can be global. It can be, well, Nepal. It can be any. Well, it has to be a problem actually that you solve. Intergalactic, yes, that's also fine. If it's real. Yeah, we have a problem on, need to innovate a device to do intergalactic travel. Yeah. Yeah. So as I said, you don't have to succeed on this. So but it has to be feasible, Yeah. And my PhD is in physics, so think about the feasibility that way. Yeah. But it's applied physics. So. Okay. Any other questions?
The comments for the videos, this is 0.2 points.
Yeah, those. Yeah. You mean the scoreboard here?
Yes.
Okay. I actually will be moving into, giving all of the one here, so don't worry about that. So those 0.2 points actually were the part. Well, the whole of this, the first video meaning that making the video 0.6 points max, and then the giving comments to others is 0.2.
But it wouldn't be nice to we send you an email with the links where we have.
No, you are not sending me email. No. Video presentation. Assignment. You'll be submitting the link using. Submit your link using this form. Yeah.
But the comments for the video.
Yes, that you will be doing actually checking the. You can find the list of videos on this link.
Yes.
Then you watch a video, for example that one, and then when you are logged into your YouTube, you can actually start giving comments.
Because I did that, but still did not appear.
Yeah, it will take time.
So they didn't send you the links by email.
Yeah,
So
they'll.
then
Yeah.
be...
At some point, I'll give all of the comments. As I said, but basically, don't worry about those missing 0.2 points yet, since.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that it's way too much work for me.
Yeah, I mean, my suggestion is if you have a link for those comments, so we make the comment and then we send you the link, and then you see the link. You don't have to search for it.
Yeah, that would actually. Yeah, that would be a good. I will take that one into consideration. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, that would be just one field on a assignment.
Another form.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Less work for me and more for you. so the fellow students, appreciate. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good idea. Anything else? Yes.
If we don't get like a project group work or something, you said we can do something like more of a personal project.
Yes.
In that case, we still need to have like the group meetings with
a potential customer, which can be also a customer. So it can be.
If I would continue with like the project I did for the introductory project, I just find some people who play like guitar or bass. I made the pedal.
Yes. Let them test it. Use it as a test group at the same time. Excellent idea.
Okay.
Yes. Definitely, I would go for that one. I could actually maybe. I have one guitar there. I don't have amplifier here, but anyways, I have a guitar on my office. Good. Okay, more questions? No more questions. So thank you for attention. And if you have any questions, you can always send me email. The next session will be probably on the beginning of the next period in 2 months from now. So, but the contents will be more or less the same, unless of course there are requests to have some special topic. Then I make my best to realize that. Okay, thank you.